Not to be a hater, but I kinda not a fan of Drake girls.
Man, y'all already know, man, it's your boy Drizzy Drake coming to you, man. Whenever y'all in LA, man, tapping with my man, Don Pax, man. He got all that shit, man. Y'all be putting in your arm, he got that, man. Y'all be off that fence. It's whatever you want to do. Y'all still on them 30s, you got to fuck with Don Pax. Perk 80s, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I heard you like them young.
Get out the way, man. Get out the way. Get out the way.
Get me out the way, homie. You a lame too. Hey Drake, you on the phone with an A minor. Let's do.
All bets are off because of that. That alone causes all bets to be off.
I agree with you.
Everything else is fair game.
Not to be a hater, but have you seen Drake lately? He's poking the bear that is Kendrick Lamar, but this time he might have bitten off more than he can chew. Pusha T is back in the picture, and there's talk of a joint Kendrick and Pusha diss track in the works. And if you don't know, girls, word on the street is these two have something huge on Drake that could destroy more than just his reputation. Drake still hasn't learned his lesson, and he recently threw shade at Kendrick again with some weird Instagram posts. Not only that, but Drake also came for Kendrick's longtime affiliate, Schoolboy Q, after Q's show in Toronto was canceled. You know what, girls? The fact that Drake is continuing with his antics shows he still doesn't get why Kendrick called him a colonizer. Fans are now wondering, is Drake really clueless about the culture he's trying to be part of, or is he just doing all this for clout? Either way, it's not a good look for the sixth god. So, are Kendrick and Pusha T really about to bless us with a joint Drake diss track?
Are you prepared for more Canadian myths to come your way though, sir?
Come on, man. Listen, man. I'm prepared for everything.
All right, girls, let's spill the tea on this whole culture vulture drama. So what does it mean to be a culture vulture in hip hop? It's not just about borrowing a few beats or styles, oh no. We're talking about someone who takes from a culture, especially one that's been marginalized without really getting what it's all about. And guess who's in hot water for this? Yup, it's Drake. Remember that photo Pusha T used for the story of Adidon? Yeah, the one with Drake in blackface. Pusha claimed that this photo says a lot about how Drake uses Black American culture when it suits him while staying completely silent on issues affecting Black Americans. Not to be a hater, but have you seen this? It's like, come on, Drake, what's the real story here? You know what, girls? This isn't just some light controversy. This is major.
Oh, like you parade your dad around in these weird suits. You parade him. It's clown-like. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's what I get. I get clown feelings from that. I look at him. There's somebody, you know, I get the picture of the actual photo that I used
Of the blackface.
of the blackface.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, it makes sense. You parade your dad around. This is done in '08. This was done in '08. You don't even know that that's not right. That you like, there's no explanation for that to me. Man, I'm Pusha T.
Yes,
Like, listen, the biggest highlight of my life, happened in the past few years. Me messing with like Obama and prison reform and so on and so forth. Like,
Brother's keeper.
Yo, yeah, like, come on. Like, this is me, right? Dope boy, blah, 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 you know, everything. This is real me. Like, you are silent in all Black issues, Drake. You really are. You are really, really silent. I don't hear about anything. You don't stand for nothing. You don't say nothing about nothing. You don't. It's just what it is. Like, you have all the platform in the world. You were so passionate back then. No, you weren't. That's number one. That's what I know. Number two, you gotta think about who a person really, really is, and it's like, okay, bang. That's why it's okay. That's why it's okay for you to take a photo like this. You didn't even know it was right. You don't even know how fully. You don't know where you stand at. Mm-hmm. You don't know where you stand at. Oh, that's why you gotta, you know, you highlight your dad clowning like that. Oh, you know, you run to the Memphis. Oh, I'm Memphis, Houston. That's my Black side. You never related.
All right, girls, have you heard what Drake's been saying? Now, not to be a hater, but he's out here claiming that Black Americans don't accept him because he's a Jewish Canadian and mixed.
I'm from a place where it's a true mosaic. You know, there's
We're to me the most open-minded place you can possibly find yourself. So I don't ever look at it as that, you know, but there are other places that you go where it's just not so, it's not that simple, you know. And yeah, I never looked at it as overcoming anything. I was just like, man, I just gotta be a good rapper. But you know, to a lot of other people, they were like, wait, what? You're Canadian, you're Jewish, and you're half, you know, it's just like mind.
Not to be a hater, but have you seen what Kendrick and Pusha are saying? It's not about Drake's skin tone or nationality. It's deeper than that. Drake picks and chooses parts of Black American culture to profit from. But when it comes to real issues or Black trauma, he mocks and disrespects them. Drake even used slavery as a punchline in multiple songs. Imagine the uproar if Kendrick used the Holocaust as a punchline. It shows Drake knows nothing about our ancestors, Black pain, or slavery. One fan said, imagine if Kendrick said the tattoos he was burning were the tattoo numbers of Holocaust victims. It wouldn't be a joke, would it, white boy? Black pain's funny to you? And if you don't know, girls, there's been a lot of talk about Drake's blatant disrespect for hip-hop legends, especially those from the West Coast. And let me tell you, the West Coast is not letting Drake get away with this. The West Coast strikes back, and here's why it's so important in hip-hop. We're talking about legends like Tupac, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and NWA. These artists didn't just make music, they created a whole movement. They put the West Coast on the map and gave voice to experiences that weren't being heard before. So when Drake disrespects this legacy by using Tupac's AI voice to diss Kendrick, or claiming he gets more love in Kendrick's city than Kendrick himself, yeah, that didn't go over well. By the way, Tupac's estate and family publicly condemned Drake for this. Tupac's brother called it a cowardly move, while the lawyer for the Tupac Shakur estate, Howard E. King, said it was a flagrant violation of Tupac's publicity and the estate's legal rights. King stated the estate would never have approved this use, especially against Kendrick Lamar, a good friend to the estate who has always respected Tupac and his legacy. Looks like Drake's biggest mistake was confusing Calabasas and other gated communities of Hollywood with the real heart of Los Angeles. It's not just a mix-up, it shows he doesn't really understand the culture he's trying to be part of.
Sure, we break this out because I want people to Drake confuse Delilah for Watts.
Which he shouts out.
He confused Poppy for Compton. He confused West Hollywood for Inglewood. Mm-hmm. The people that I seen, the people that I observed bopping to Not Like Us, they was two-stepping to that.
Yeah, they were.
They were crip walking to that bitch.
They were.
That was some LA. The record is produced by DJ Mustard, a former Drake collaborator. When it was time for people to coalesce in Los Angeles, not in Hollywood, not in Calabasas, not in West Hollywood, not in Santa Monica, not in the places you might go, not in Beverly Hills, not in the places that people from outside of Los Angeles think are Los Angeles, right?
Right.
When it was time for people to coalesce around the record, the people I seen dancing to it was Shamika and them, Big Ron, Lil CC. You know what I'm saying? People like that. People like the people from the O-Bottoms. You know, people that are going to die that are from LA. People get their LAs confused all the time.
So what's the deal with Drake? Is he really lost when it comes to his identity, or is he just playing whatever role he thinks will get him the most attention? Either way, it's clear that some of the biggest names in hip-hop aren't buying what Drake's selling anymore. They're calling him out for using culture as a costume, something he can put on and take off whenever it suits him. And in the world of hip-hop, where authenticity is everything, that's a dangerous game to play. However, it looks like Drake still doesn't get it, and he's now back at it again, trolling Kendrick and the West Coast with his Instagram antics. Drake is back at it again, doing what he knows best, trolling on Instagram. He recently posted this photo of himself lying on a bed surrounded by stuffed animals with the caption, "The pressure from being on top does more than just make your ears pop." First of all, can we talk about how creepy this is? Why is Drake posing with children's toys when the whole world is calling him a certified PDF file? Even if the allegations aren't true, this is just bizarre. And then, some fans are also wondering if Drake is trolling Kendrick because his pose in the IG photo looks similar to Kendrick's promo photo for his 2022 album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. But Drake didn't stop there. He was also recently caught throwing shade at TDE rapper and Kendrick's longtime friend, Schoolboy Q. After Q's Toronto show was canceled at very late notice, Q was set to perform at History, a Toronto venue co-owned by Drake and Live Nation, on July 18th. But just one day before the show, Q announced on Twitter that it got canceled for reasons beyond his control. "They just canceled my show in Toronto," Q wrote. "Canadian police don't want nobody from TDE performing." However, Schoolboy Q also sent some warning shots to the Canadians, saying Durham Top was just with Wayne and Baby, Party Next Door just had a show at the Palladium. If we wanted to get y'all, we would have just did it. Now when somebody gets hurt, don't cry. But get this, just hours later, Drake hopped on Instagram to troll Schoolboy Q and uploaded a mirror selfie wearing blue shoes, an apparent reference to Q's song Blue Slides. Now, we all know this is what Drake has always done. He loves to troll on Instagram and get petty, so none of this is really that shocking anymore. However, you know who's sick of Drake's IG nonsense? That's right, none other than Pusha T. And get this, word on the street is that Pusha and Kendrick are back in the studio working on a very special gift for Drake. Just when Drake thought he only had Kendrick to worry about, another familiar enemy stepped back into the ring. That's right, Pusha T is back. And there are rumors flying around that Pusha and Kendrick might be teaming up for a new Drake diss. And if these rumors are true, we could be looking at a track that would shake the rap world to its core. I mean, the last time Pusha came for Drake, he forced him into becoming a present father, so there's no telling what Pusha could do next. So girls, don't be a stranger. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for our next video. You won't want to miss it. Trust me, it's going to be a wild ride.